This is a message for quiet women. Women who are quiet or would be quiet or once were quiet by choice. It wasn't that you were silenced. You actually wanted to sit and observe as a girl. And over time, people called you names like stuck up or made you feel like your quietness, your quiet spirit was something that you had to alter and change for the comfort of those around you so that they would not perceive you as being stuck up or whatever other name you may have been called. One thing that I have benefited from over the course of this past summer, year possibly, is allowing myself to be quiet and notice when I was surrounded by people who were trying to bring me out of my natural and chosen way of being for their own comfort. I believe you lose authentic power when you alter aspects of your personality in that way, and I think it accumulates over time. Like you lose more and more authenticity over time. In past videos, I've made the mistake of trying to cover all bases. But one thing I am going to give myself permission to do going forward is to speak from the perspective that I know best, to speak from my own experiences as a monoracial Black girl who's benefiting from privileges based on society's beauty standards. And speaking specifically and only from that perspective, I am here to tell you that if you are a naturally quiet woman and you were a naturally quiet girl who changed that aspect of your personality to fit in better with others, you need to rethink that for the rest of your life, for the remainder of your life. If you are someone who is benefiting from privileges in society, I can guarantee you that a percentage of the negative experiences you've had specifically with other women who were triggered by whatever your aesthetic is, a lot of those experiences would not have happened if you were acting in your authentic power, in your authentic state. There is power in authenticity, and there is power in being quiet if you are naturally a quiet person. So, going forward, I know personally I benefit when I give myself permission to exist in my natural state of being, which naturally I've always been confident and more content when not forced to go above and beyond in my interacting in my conversations with others. And time again, throughout my life, I have given up that part of who I am. I've traded in my authenticity to be more palatable to others, to make others feel comfortable. When really I'm a listener. I am there to hold space for others. And I'm exhausted and often placed in positions where I am more vulnerable to attack because I force myself to talk when I'd rather have been quiet. So if this is you, if you were naturally a quiet girl and you traded that trait in and you gave over your authenticity, not because you wanted to talk more, but because you felt you needed to make others comfortable, stop that. Don't do that anymore for the rest of your life. Just give yourself permission to pleasantly exist in the state in which you came here. It is okay, and it is powerful even to exist in that quiet state if that is how you naturally came here, that is how you naturally want to show up in the world. It doesn't mean you're going to act as a mute. It does not mean you are stuck up. It just means that that natural, authentic version of you will repel those who are going to try to mistreat you anyways. And it will attract those who you will most likely enjoy their company. I can't remember the exact quote, but it's something like, who were you before the world told you who you should be? That's probably the quote exactly. A lot of the discomfort that I find I've gone through, and a lot of the drama that has been heaped upon me would have been lessened if these people didn't even have an opportunity to feel so comfortable with talking to me in the first place. So, if this resonates with you, if you were a quiet girl who turned into a more talkative woman, not because you wanted to, but because you felt you needed to, do a little experiment and see. See if you don't feel stronger and more authentic and more grounded by giving yourself permission to going back to being quiet, going back to just existing when it's not necessary to talk, when it's not necessary to fill the silence. Yeah, like that was a huge revelation for me. And one day I'm going to learn how to speed up these videos so that my speed is a little bit better and there's less space. But in the meantime, thank you for listening.